Good evening, folks. Battle Spirits is a game, as I saw previews popping up, was something I was interested in. It looked like a pretty neat game, so while I was at my LGS grabbing a few other pieces of other card games, I decided to get 2 copies of Verdant Wings. It was the only starter deck they had, and usually if I'm trying a new game, I usually try to get 2 decks. That way my family can play with me. It's usually my daughter, and some of you have probably already seen this, but for some of my viewers, if you haven't seen it, here is the green starter deck for Battle Spirit Saga. And it's starter deck number 5, or ST5, as they call it. Oh, this thing comes with quite a few components. Ouch. So we will start with one soul core. Definitely something not to have around your kids or animals. Your basic core. It says there's supposed to be 30 in there. Your deck. Show that off to the side here. And your playmat roll sheet. So let's put the cores and stuff back so I don't lose them. And let's look through this deck. Each Verdant Wing deck is the same, so there's no sense of going through both. So bear with me, I know nothing about this game, so we will join along in the fun here. Trying to find like a perfect match here. Alright, so this is a foil, and it has texture to it, so that is pretty cool. So we'll have Rooster, Zodiac, Emperor, Gale Phoenix. There's 2 copies, For some reason, that one magnitude, I have like perfect quality. 3 levels for this spirit. Level 1, level 2, level 3. During either attack step, when this spirit or one of your spirits with Swift destroys one of your opponent's spirits via comparing BP, select one of your opponent's spirits and exhaust it. At level 2 and 3, when the spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits and exhaust it. So even though it's really high, and with these icons up here, this will technically cost 4 to play it. And that's a nice control. You get to exhaust an opponent's spirit if it destroys a creature, another spirit that's lower BP than it. That's pretty nice. And then we have Emerald Green Bird Alded. I believe that's how you say it. There are 3 copies of that. You can have up to 4 copies of a card in your deck. This spirit costs 5, but he can cost 2 if you want. Level 1 and 2, when summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits and exhaust it. Level 2, when the spirit attacks, place a core from the void into your reserve. That is nice. You get extra stuff. Leaf Beak Toucan. We have 3 of those in the starter deck, I believe. Yep. 3 of these. Nothing special with this. It can cost 1 if you want. 3,000 and 6,000. This indicates your soul. That red dye I showed you. You can use the blue ones too, the blue crystals, as the core. At level 1, you have 1. Some of them are higher, some of them are lower. Like this one, level 2 was 3. I think on one of the other ones that were higher was like 6. Then we have Viscount Manuba. Something I can't pronounce again, like usual. 3 copies of that. It's a fancy bird. It has Flash and Swift. You may summon this card from your hand by using cores from your reserve to weigh its cost and place cores onto it. Explosive Charger Brawn Bear. Ooh, 3 of these. High cost spirit. Level 1 and 2, during your attack step, when one of your spirits is summoned, this spirit gains 2,000 BP until end of turn. Level 2, while the spirit attacks or blocks, refresh the spirit when it destroys one of your opponent's spirits via comparing BP. Interesting. Leaf Wolf. So this is currently a very nice control deck. And it'll be interesting to see how my daughter plays the deck compared to how I would play it. Leaf Wolf has 3 levels, as you see. One core soul. Level 2, 4 souls. Level 3, 5 cores. Also has Swift and Flash. Forest Quillbeast. Porcupine. They're going to stick 3 of them in there. Neat little porcupine. Level 1 and level 2. This porcupine's full of vigor, because 5,000 BP at level 1 and 7 at level 2. Nothing special there. As most games would call it, that's a vanilla creature. Verdant Dragon Rider Groon. And 3 of those, I believe. When it's destroyed by an opponent, place 2 cores from the void into your reserve. While the spirit attacks, when the battle ends, you may place 2 cores from the spirit into your reserve to select one of your spirits. It gains 3,000. So that's pretty nifty. Ant-Man Soldier. We got 3 of those. Simple little ant. Capricorn. 3. Level 1 and level 2. During opponent's attack step. At the start of the step, if this spirit has a soul core on it, place a core from your trash into your reserve. So this thing's giving you core left and right back into your reserve. Maintangle. Maintangle. Hey, the first of a full playset. Maintangle. Looks like a fungi. It's called Plant Folk. When summoned on any of the levels, you may exhaust the spirit to place a core from void onto it. Okay. So you get to buff him up by just exhausting him if you have core in your void. Sacred Tree Stump City. There's 1, 2, 3 of. Looks pretty neat. Level 1 and level 2. During your attack step, the first spirit you control that attacks each turn gains 1,000 BP for each green spirit you control. During your opponent's attack step, draw a card when your opponent reduces your life. So this has nothing on it, but it gives you benefits. So that's a pretty neat card design there. Airborne Krog. We got 3 of those. That is also a Nexus. During either attack step, when one of your spirits is summoned, it gains 2000 BP during this turn. During your end step, refresh any of your spirits with a soul core on them. Savage Power. I got a whole bunch of cards here. Definitely gonna have to sleeve these up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 of those. It's a magic. Burst. When an opponent destroys your spirit, you may summon a green card from your hand by using cores from your reserve to pay its cost and place cores onto it. You may then pay the card's cost to activate its flash effect. Main flash. Select one spirit. It gains 2000 BP during this turn. Needle Shot. 1, 2, 3, 4 Needle Shot. Our Porcupine's back shooting quills at us. Set one of your opponent's spirits and exhaust it. Nice. And then multiple cores. 3 copies. 3 copies of multiple cores. Burst. When your opponent resolves a spirit's when summoned effect, select one of your opponent's spirits and exhaust it. You may then pay the card's cost to activate its main effect. Ooh, nice. Main. Select one of your spirits, place a core from the void onto it. So there's the breakdown of the green starter deck. This deck is very control heavy. It also rewards you with moving your cores from either the void to reserve or your void to your spirits, or as I'll probably mistakenly call them, as your creatures. And then there's some where you activate them and then you just stick cores right on top. So there's the breakdown of that. If I get any more things, I will do more videos. Now it's time to sleeve up and hopefully learn this game very quickly. Have a good night.